Have you ever compromised with a friend, coworker, or business contact? Possibly, without even knowing, you have used collaboration conflict resolution. In this presentation, I will explain what collaboration conflict resolution is, when we use it, and how you can make yourself more effective at using it. What is collaboration conflict resolution? It is when two or more people or groups work together to solve a problem. There are multiple different forms of collaboration conflict resolution. The first of which is competing. That is when one party, in this description your party, gets more of what it wants than the other party does, or more simply described as I win, you lose. This would be best for you if you were buying a car, or in a worst case scenario, in a lawsuit. Then there's the avoiding style of conflict resolution, and that is I lose, you lose, where neither party gets what they want. Then there's the accommodating style, which is the worst for your style, for you. That is where your party loses and the other party wins. Also there is collaborating. This one takes the longest and the most work to achieve. And this is when both parties achieve all of their set goals, or I win and you win. The most common one used in collaboration conflict style, though, would be compromising. That is when both parties get some of what they want, but don't get some of what they want, or we both win and we both lose. Next, I will discuss the positives and negatives of collaboration conflict resolution. Some of the negatives are that it takes the longest of all different conflict resolution styles, as you need to communicate between two different groups of parties for multiple time and barter back and forth on your terms. It can sometimes take a lot of hard work between groups, especially in heated arguments such as divorces or car sales. And it requires good and strong communication techniques through both parties. Some of the positives are that both parties usually get at least some of what they want, and that all of one party's needs can be met. Another positive is that this style is usually fairly flexible, in that it's not always a we have to do it right now, and that both parties can give and take. Now, some ways that you can improve your use of collaboration conflict resolution. One of the biggest things you can do is share openly. It doesn't work to trade back and forth if one party is hiding some of what they want or what they are willing to give. You should always be open. That means open to receive and give communication, and be open to the other party's input. You should remain patient. As I previously stated, this is one of the longest ways to resolve a conflict, and sometimes it can take up to years. You need to use clear and direct language. You can't get what you want if the other party doesn't know what you want. And you always have to respect others and be respectable yourself. This is not only good for conflict resolution, but is a general good idea for life. Finally, I will discuss how collaboration conflict style is used in our everyday lives. According to some sources, collaboration conflict resolution is the most commonly used style of conflict resolution. It's often used in professional settings, referenced by a study done by a Losa Ingales and Benoga Valico. They studied the use of collaboration conflict resolution between nurses and hospital administration staff for their negotiations on staff wages and scheduling. They studied multiple hospitals and discovered that the hospitals that used open collaboration experienced better work performance, more open communication between the nurses and the administration, and had quicker resolutions that more parties were happy with in all the hospitals that they study. Anytime we negotiate for anything, we are using collaboration conflict resolution, whether you are buying a car, trying to change your work schedule, or even dealing with your children or spouse. Some of the most common ones are, if you finish all of your supper, you can have a dessert. Or if you finish your chores, you can play your games for a little while. It's also sometimes used before there is a conflict. This would be using avoidance, and is often used if you're trying to negotiate wages. Even though it's not an open conflict, you are preventing having a conflict. In conclusion, collaborative conflict style is something that most of us use in our daily lives. Despite its shortcomings, now, with a better understanding of the ways we use it and the different aspects therein, you may find yourself noticing and possibly being more efficient and effective at using this style of conflict resolution in your everyday life.